Hello, everyone. Welcome to assignment week 8. Today, I would like to explain what you should do in assignment 8. So before you watch to this video, please read the assignment carefully and then download the source code. I put it in the Blackboard. So when you download the code and unzip the code, we should open it in IntelliJ IDEA. You know that how we can do that. We go here on the new project from existing source, and we go on the week 8 and click week 8 Maven generic printer. Select this guys, and this time I created a Maven project. So you should click import project from external model and hit Maven, select Maven, and then create and new windows. Okay, so the project will be open. So before I want to explain the project, let me show you something. Okay. So when you open the project, here is Maven project. As you can see, the structure of Maven project is a little bit different with the previous assignment. We have a main folder and test folder. If you open here, you can see there's a Java. Under the Java, we have our project. So the package we have as education.cic 505 week 8. So that's our package is under the Java folder. So at here, we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 classes. So we add one class. Its name is generic printer. So before I explain it, one thing you have to do, it is for go to here in the Maven part and then open this part in the life cycle, click and clean and hit shift and package. So clean and install both of them, and then hit and run. This is run Maven product, and try to download all of library we needed. Why we need it? Because we want to use a test JUnit 5 at your project for this week. So as you can see here, they mentioned that built successfully, and you can see the arrow green tick here. So I close this guy. If you couldn't see this guys, so let's explain the POM file. So we explained the POM file in the course, but what you have here. So here is the XML or project is not important. You shouldn't change this guy. Here is a model of version we use it for. And here is group ID, artifact ID, and version. So group ID is this guy's, artifact ID. We use it as week 8, register, generic, and version 1. And name, I created the name of week 8 register Maven project for generic and JUnit. So you shouldn't change any of them. This part is dependency. So the reason we use a Maven is you should to download library for JUnits. So there's a two-way. One way is hidden, as we explained in the course. Go add this library and add it in your project. The best way is using a Maven. So Maven, download these JUnit in your code. It go to the target. It go from external library. Sorry, here. If you go to external library, they mentioned that we have using a Java for 25, and also all of the Maven. Can you see? All of the library was downloaded. So far, so good. If it didn't work, they mentioned bit successfully. There's a one thing you have to change it. So here I use Java 25 and I compile, the compiler for Maven is 25. Maybe your Java is 21, maybe it's 19, maybe it's 17. So any version, it's your Java, and your Maven, you should write it here. So it's 17. So if you couldn't get this message built successfully, you have come here and change the name of the Java version and the Maven you are working. So far, so good. Okay. So let's back to our business. First, I want to run the project. If I run it, nothing new. Everything is like the assignment 7. You can insert new information for students, update information, and everything is new. The only thing is changing, we want to refactor this code. Why? Because in the assignment 7, in the previous assignment, in the print all information for print course roster or print course wait list, we use separate method. Right now, we would like to write one generic class for this part. So far, so good. Okay. So in the course, so that is what we explained in the course. Nothing changed, nothing happens, nothing new. In the student is what is we have in the students, nothing changed, nothing new. And the only thing we changed is we created a method with the name of generic printer. So here is a generic printer. As you can see, we mentioned because it's a generic with a T. So you have to print all element in the given collection. So when you want to print a collection for a list of students or print a course roster, so you should call this method. So far, so good. So that is the first task for you. You should complete this method. You got the collection here, and then you check it. Please first check it. Is it empty or not? If it wasn't empty, then start print this, guys. That's the first task. The second one, so we go to the service class or the main class, register service with course. Exactly our last, like last week, but we have to refactor it and make it better. So in here, the name of the student file are the same, so the header are the same, the course file is exactly the same, nothing changed here. And we had one students array list for collect all of the students, like assignment 7 students. We have a hash map for connect a student's ID with the student's object, and we have a course by ID to connect course code for the course object. So we had this part in the assignment 7, and you know about that. So for this new assignment, we created a class, private final generic printed. So generic printer is the printer with the class we created, and you want to complete it. So far, so good. And instead of T, because we want to all of the information related to a student, we write it the students, and then new generic. So we create object from our generic printer. So far, so good. That's the first thing we added here is new, this part. You shouldn't do anything here. So then go here, we load a student from file. We shouldn't do anything here. So it's exactly like the last week. In the save students to file, they save students in the file. So nothing happened here. In the print a student from the file, in the print a student from file, we shouldn't do anything again, nothing for your task. But in the print a student from memory, here we check it if a student is empty, if we got return, so we sort it. We create an array list, we talk about that. We create an array list, we copy these students to the array list with the name of sorted, and then we write the collection.sort, and we sort that assignment. And for printed, that's your to-do second. You should write here how you want to print these collections, this array list. How you should use this class generic printer, and we create that object from here, and dot the name of the method you want to complete. So far so good. So that's almost one line code, and it's piece of a cake. The next one is insert a student's flow. So we want to insert a student's. When we insert it, we create object. At the end, we want to print it. Print what? Print the collection you inserted. We inserted, we put it in the array list with the name of batch. So this batch, what's the batch? If you go here, take a look at the batch, is array list again. So here you should, next task is print this array list and nothing else. So this method, we shouldn't do anything, is update the students and go down. For the load course from file, we shouldn't do anything. For save course from file, we shouldn't do anything. And for this method, add course flow, you shouldn't do anything. And for this method, enroll a student in the course follow. Again, you shouldn't do anything. And for this method, drop the students, nothing here. And the next assignment for you is print. You have to refactor this method, print course roster follow. So when we want to print it, so we check some of them. At the end, write your code here. We want to print the waiting list. Why? Because not waiting list, that's the students was enrolled to one course. So you created here a roster is array list. Again, you should print this roster here. So in the assignment 7, if take a look at the code, I dropped that part. It was a loop to print all of them. So we drop these guys. So we want to use a better solution and use a generic printer. And that's your next assignment. And the next assignment for you is in the print course waiting list. Here you have to print a waiting list. This time the waiting list is a queue. And you want to print these guys. And that's the assignment to do 5. And I think, okay. So that is here. So you have to finish is for each of them. Most of them is almost one line. It shouldn't be difficult. If you have a problem, let me know. And after you complete this part, take a look at, because it's Maven project, we have to go to the test class. So in the test class, as you can see, we want to test for a student test. So that's why it's exactly come to this package in the test folder. The name of students, we added with a student's test. And we want to create 2 tests. One to test compare to order by the last name and first name. And second one is test for GPA, compare between 0 and 4. What does it mean? For the first test assignment, we created a test, and then we created 2 objects, a student S1, a student S2, correct? And because it should be alphabetically ordered, so we expected that Alice Smith, this student, this object S1, should come before this student because his name is Bob, correct? So you should prove that. So you have to use assert true so that's the assignment 5 for you, to do 5 and to do 6. Use the compare, check the compare method you wrote it last week, and he's available here in the code. So make sure that is correct. So you have to, okay, check it, write something to make sure Alice Smith should become before. And for here, Bob Smith should come after the Smith. You need to complete to do 5 and to do that's the simple task. Another one, we want to test for GPA. The program, if GPA, you write it, we create another student, but this time the GPA, we wrote it -1. So in the code, if you go there, go to the student, in the validation, we mentioned that if it was less than 0, you replace it with 0. So you should here in to do 7 use create assert true exactly and mention that, figure out, okay, S is equal to the 0. Why? Because the code is doing. If you go to the students and we create a GPA, take a look at this part. If you want to set GPA, we mentioned here, if it will be less than 0, we graded 0. If it will be more than 4, we assume that it is 4. So far, so good. So here you want to test this part. So one part is for less than 0, and one test is for more than 4. And you should do to do 7 and to do 8 is prove that this part work correctly. Just one line for this guy, this to do one line for this, you have to write assert true exactly. Okay, that's a explanation for assignment 8. If you have any question, please let me know and send email to me. Have a good one. Good luck in this assignment.